Hey, everybody. Katie and I have been having our own private Zoom chat this whole time. We've been having a lovely 8-minute Zoom chat. So I'm not going to pretend like we're the best at this technology. I'm figuring it out. I'm wondering, I have my laptop up here and I'm seeing like texts come in from my managers like, is everything okay? What's going on? I'm like, yeah, everything's great. Everything's great. Devin's downstairs. He's my stream guru for sure. And he's saying, yeah, are you going live soon? Hooray.
Are we live now?
We're live now.
Okay.
Katie, we are ridiculous. Okay, hi everybody. We're gonna redo the last 8 minutes of show we've been having by ourselves. I'm gonna start really quickly and just say hello. Thank you for coming back to Tub Talks. Last week we took a week off because I didn't want to be taking up the space on your feeds, which is a good little segue right here into our land acknowledgement. So I live in Edmonton, Alberta. Everett, I will get back to your dinosaur very shortly. So I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and we're on Treaty 6 territory. It's a Maskwaci. And for those of you who might live in Canada and very well parts of the States, I'm not too brushed up on that. You're living on unceded territory. That means stolen land. It's land that was actually not given to your ancestors to be living on. So just something to think about. You should be hearing a lot more land acknowledgements than you are. And it's the very, very smallest thing we could do. The next thing I want to talk about really quickly is, oh, I forgot the clown. Clown will come back. Next thing I want to talk about really quickly is Black Lives Matters and what's going on in the world right now. Katie and I agreed we'd come and get Tub Talk started again, but we don't want to pretend like there's not all this craziness going on in the world. To be clear, I'm very much in support of the Black Lives Matters movement. I'm very much in support of the protests that are going on around the US and Canada and worldwide. It seems like I'm seeing things coming in. Mm-hmm. We'll get into that a little bit more later as it comes up. But I just want to acknowledge it. These are things that are going on. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, get the clown. Yeah, good idea. Okay. Can you hang it on there a little crooked? Katie, can you introduce us to who you are and how we know each other? Can you tell us a little story?
Yeah. So my name is Katey Gatta. I am from Welland, Ontario originally. I live in a little city called St. Catharines. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's all really, really close to Niagara Falls. That's normally what I say to just keep it short and simple. Ian and I met last year in Toronto while we both participated in a program called Canada's Music Incubator. And for 8 weeks, we sat in a attic of a chapel, a very white room, and we talked about everything to do with the music industry in Canada and how to be a successful business person on top of being an artist. Mm-hmm. And then Ian was planning to tour Ontario and invited me along, and we adventured for 2-ish weeks on and off. I think that sums it up.
I think that sums it up. I like that we're getting to go over the first few minutes of the call where it was just our Zoom call, and we can do it better.
We're consolidating the information a little bit.
Yeah. Now we're more efficient. Who dares to dislike? That's okay. Whatever. So Katie and I did drive around Ontario. Where did we start? I need to actually think of this route. We started in Toronto.
No.
Sudbury.
So you did Ottawa and Montreal, and then I met you in Sudbury.
Right.
Which was, to be fair, probably the worst show of the entire tour.
It was the worst show maybe ever for both of us.
Yeah, but it was nice because it only improved from there. Each show kept getting better and better and better.
Yes.
So we did Sudbury, then Peterborough, then Kingston.
Right.
Then the next week we did Orillia in Kitchener, then Niagara-on-the-Lake, and then St. Catharines.
Right.
And then you went home.
That's right. Good memory. Also, going back to Sudbury, if any of you on the feed here, we do have a good handful of people, so thanks for being here. If any of you know Ontario, it's the densest part of the country in terms of being able to drive around and go to places. But Sudbury is nowhere near anything else we needed to go to. I took a Greyhound bus, I think from Ottawa for 6 hours, $80 or something. I took a bus by myself to come up and meet you driving all the way up to Sudbury.
Yep.
And we played in like a hotel lobby bar, but nobody was there except for the bartender who kept trying to just like, I think he felt bad and he was like, well, you can drink as much as you want. Maybe two locals came in and they were kind of, I think
that was the one where there was like about 5 older gentlemen. And then halfway through my set, I abandoned playing my own songs and just started playing Black Sabbath and Zeppelin songs for them.
Yeah, appease the crowd.
Yeah. And then we went to some bar that had basketball. We played basketball.
Oh yeah. We went to like a game bar to kind of like lick our wounds. And that was great. Actually, that's a lot of what it's like. A little pause here. We are going to play the guitar. You know what? Actually, let's get into a song. We'll talk.
Why don't you go first? It's your show. You go ahead.
Okay, well, we'll trade one. But then I would like to hear the new song you played for us when our Zoom call was still private. So this one's off my first album. It's called At the Crossing Sign. Hear it okay? As I pass by the crossing sign, I'm waiting for the light. You'll find me there. If memory serves me right, if glory comes, I hope it comes tonight. You'll find me there. Bum 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 bum. I'm unraveling, I'm teasing apart, and you're leading by the short hairs. You'll lead me there. And if tomorrow comes, then tomorrow comes, and tomorrows will keep on coming. I'll see you there. Bum 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 bum. Maybe I'm off the rails. Bum 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 bum. Maybe I'm off the rails. And don't you wait on me. I'm tasting the passing of time. Don't you wait on me. I'm losing on a little light. Don't you wait on me. I'm tasting the passing of time. Don't you wait on me. I'd be failing in front of your eyes. Bum 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 bum. Thank you.
Woo woo.
I feel like I'm getting feedback texts here. I just want to make sure. So we are just figuring out the tech here still. Hey, everything looks okay.
We're all good?
Yeah, I think we're all good. I think we're moving forward. People are doing little wave emojis in the chat here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, Katie, you wanna show us a song here? This is
Sure.
TED Talks featuring Katey Gatta, after all.
All right. Okay, I'm also getting it sounds good messages, so that's a good thing. I think we're on a good track here.
Good, it's
Um,
working.
All right. Oh, there's a siren somewhere.
That's okay. This is real life.
Very much real life. I'm waiting. I have a neighbor who likes to take a bath around like 6:15, 6:30, so you might really hear running water soon.
Oh, bath time, nice.
Or there's a woman down the hall. Remember, one of my neighbors loves blaring Latin music, and it's so loud that you can have dance parties in my apartment, even though she lives at the other end of the hallway.
Are you still in that same apartment when I was there?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yes, I definitely remember. And it always smelled like nice, like Latin cooking.
Oh yeah. I still haven't convinced her to cook for me, but hopefully before I move out, I'll get to experience her cooking because it is divine smelling. All right. I'm gonna try a brand spanking new one. This is called Green Eyed. She'll even love you just as she pleases. Pity's pretense speaks in teases. When you straighten, she's there to bend your knees. Take your lumps and trace your thighs like a beach in a bruised disguise. Watch while the dew strips down her arms. Green eyed, misery's best compromise. I don't want to be you anymore. You crave the shade, but all she sees is how the sun shines beyond your reach. Try as I might, I don't think there's life for me. I've heard fingers of battle time, sea full of fingers, freezing up mine. Watch one time. Green eye, lounge on poolside by my side. I don't want to be you Misery's best compromise. I don't want to be you anymore. Ooh, okay.
That's a very Katie ending. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, this is easier.
That's awesome.
I wanted to ask you, have there been marches and protests in Edmonton? Have you gone?
There has been at least one very large one that I did go to. I should also tell you, you're getting so many, they're clapping emojis, I'm being told. People are loving
nice.
People are loving your music. Katie, is there somewhere we could tell people to go? What would be the best way to support you on social media? Where do you want to send people?
You can go give me a follow at my Instagram page, which is the letters KT GATTA, or you can follow me on Spotify. I have one live record out right now, and I have a brand new secret quarantine EP that was written and recorded in isolation that should be making its way into the world fairly soon.
Awesome. Okay, I will also make sure to put a link to that in the description. So you were asking me, are there protests going on in Edmonton, where I am at? Yes, I went to a very, very large one this last Friday, I heard rumors, and it's not a contest, but that Edmonton had the most people in Canada come out to a protest. The report is 15,000.
Great.
Yeah, 15,000 people marched at our provincial legislature, which is great. And it was very peaceful. It was nice to be a part of a big movement like that. And I had no doubt in my mind it could stay peaceful. That being said, with what's going on in the States, sometimes you got to make a little more noise to have some change. I hope we can have some change here as well. How about you? Are there things going on in your community?
Yeah, so there's bigger things obviously in Toronto. So for any friends who are watching, not familiar with Ontario geography, I live about an hour outside of Toronto. So most of the big things that happen, we go to Toronto to do. That being said, a woman in Niagara Falls organized a rally that she initially expected around 500 people to go to. I think they said over 3,000 went. And it was so sweet. Her mom lives across the US border. So Niagara Falls literally borders the US, and there's different bridges you can do to go over. And while she was speaking to everybody, she was saying she could see her mom waving, and we were all cheering, and that her mom could hear us across the gorge. So it was very heartwarming. Again, very peaceful. Yeah, I was very happy to be a part of it.
That's good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that stuff like this is cropping up everywhere. We see a lot of what's going on in the American media, and I find it's crazy. I've dialed into Twitter over the last 6 months or so, and the amount of information that's just coming out constantly and coming directly from people's phones, it's really changing how I'm seeing the media. And we won't go too much into my own personal opinions, but I think it's a really interesting platform for people to share news in real time if that hasn't been on your radar so far. Everybody's posting hashtag BLM, Black Lives Matter. Absolutely. Black Lives Matter. So we do want to talk about that, because it would be weird not to talk about it, right?
I mean, that's really all I've been talking about and thinking about the past couple weeks. Mm-hmm. It's been a really eye-opening. I've never considered myself a political person, which is what I feel a lot of people are saying right now. And then you read some of the accounts and watch some of the civilian videos, and you decide that you have to be a political person. I don't know how you exist otherwise.
Yeah, it's doing the exact same thing for me. It's been I'm very insulated. I don't have to engage. But if you feel like you haven't engaged before and you're mad now's the time for you to say something, because the people around you who are even further from the conversation are simply not going to do it if you don't. So yeah, you're going to get some eye rolls at the very least. You might lose a Facebook friend. It might be a lot worse than that for you. But it's worth it. It's the good fight to be fighting. I want to take a second really quickly, but let's get to another song. But I am going to be posting in the description, if I don't have it already. There's a Google Doc link in there that my brother Ginger Pale and I created. Just a little statement on how we feel about things, and also has some links to donating to some mutual aid funds and an LGBTQ organization.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm pledging $100 a week right now. So every Tub Talks episode for the next 2 months, I'm pledging $100 a week to a mutual aid organization that I will make sure I post about and show receipt and everything to hold myself accountable. And any merch that you guys buy from me on my website, St.Arnaudband.com, proceeds are going 100% to Black Lives Matter's Edmonton chapter. And I want to, let's get some merch out of my mom's basement into your hands and get some money to an organization that's doing the work right now. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Katie, whose turn is it?
It's your turn.
Okay. I did this one. I've done this one before. You have so many songs. What I really love about you, and something I was so impressed with when we went and drove around Ontario last year, was you're just an entertainer, like not just an entertainer. I mean, you have that ability, and you have that ability to just like hold on to songs, and you can actually take people's requests if you want to.
That's a double-edged sword. Because sometimes, you know, people have incredible, impeccable taste in music, and you get to play all these songs that you wouldn't have realized would resonate with the audience in front of you unless you had asked.
Yeah.
And then other times they just want Wagon Wheel.
Yeah.
1 million times. And you
yeah.
know, that's nothing against Wagon Wheel, but that's not my jam.
Yeah, Wagon Wheel.
And if you've played it a bunch of times like I have, eventually it wears a little thin. The same way as if you have a tape stuck in your car and you listen to the same 5 songs on it all the time, you're gonna get sick of them.
Yeah. Are we getting a new song? No, I'm not giving you the new song today. Ha 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 ha. Do I even have a brand new one I could play on the tenor? I've been writing on my 6-string as well, so this is not that. This is the OG tenor guitar that I've written and played everything on so far. So I'm just going to do Morning Dreamers for you guys. I've seen it pop up a couple times in the feed here, and I played it on the first Up Talk. So
that's my favorite one too. Whoever's popping up on the feed.
Okay, I'll play it. Introvert is also real nice. Thanks. Thank you, people, for saying that. Here's Morning Dreamers. Morning singers, lucky little sleepers, coming together. I hope you hear us. Starry gazers, it's only getting later. Let's spend a few together in the morning. Strike me down, strike me down, strike me down, high on the bleachers. Wake me up, shake me up, shake me up, morning dreamers. Do-gooders, yeah, or good for nothings. I'd sing it all again. Just knowing one thing, don't you worry. Yeah, you best believe it. We'd sing it all again. This city needs it. Strike me down, strike me down, strike me down, high on the bleachers. Wake me up, shake me up, shake me up, morning dreamers. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. I lost my mind in the morning. If I could bring back the time, holy glory. I lost my mind, I'm high on the bleachers. If I could bring back the time, morning dreamers. Wake me up, shake me up, shake me up, morning dreamers. Wake me up, shake me up, shake me up, morning dreamers. Wake me up, shake me up, shake me up, morning dreamers. Wake me up, shake me up, shake me up, morning dreamers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Katie, can I toss one back right over to you? And
Sure.
let's see where we're at for time after that. I'd love to hear, well, I want to hear whatever you have to play. What were you
All
thinking?
right. I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can stay sitting in the tub and do this. I think
Okay. It's an acrobatic song.
Kind of. This one, I wrote after watching The Truman Show while in
okay.
quarantine, and it felt really, I don't know, it feels like a song that can be applied to a lot of different things, but it's called How's It All Gonna End?
How's it all gonna end?
How many times shall we sing the same song? Comes bruised by the swallows of love. Yes, I don't scared day. Don't feel I've been spared. Watch you pick parts of me from nails. How many blows did I require to take to place trails and arrange my confusion? No, the chaos you'll find in my heart and my mind. Yes, I'm just not as new. How's it all gonna end? How's it all gonna end? I'm reminded of how self-important the vows spoke under the red compromise. Baby, see you inside. We walked through the pines towards the future I find without you. I sing in my sleep, taking bottle-filled dreams, salt and vinegar, chip cuts flying by. No time can find love like the light, ignorance fainted, sky fortunate. How's it all gonna end? How's it all gonna end? How's it all gonna how's it all gonna If the first you light, paper lining your sky, I won't pretend to admire you. Thank you.
What was the line about salt and vinegar chips? Everybody was dialing into that. Everybody's like salt and vinegar chips. Ooh, salt and vinegar chips. What was the line?
What's the line? I sing in my sleep, jagged bottle-filled dreams. Salt and vinegar chip cuts line my tongue.
That's great. That's really good. That's a great song.
Thank you.
That's
cool. It's fun to sing.
Claps.
Oh yay. Yay. I can't see any of the stuff, but thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm working on it. It'd be great if you could. Oh, well, maybe you could like have the YouTube stream live.
Yeah, that would have been this if I had brought like my iPad into the bathroom with me, I could have had it open on a different screen and then I could have seen. Next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Now,
we're working
this,
on it.
I'm the tech rehearsal in some ways. You're gonna figure out all the bugs in this one, and then the next time you do a tough talk, it'll run so smooth.
You're not our
You'll
guinea
know to
pig.
go live. You'll know to go
You're
live.
while you're not wrong that we're figuring it out as we go, you're definitely not our guinea pig.
That's half the fun though. I like being a guinea pig. You get to figure stuff out.
Everything in our lives is a guinea pig right now because we're still figuring it out. Although stuff's starting to reopen. I know that Alberta at least is opening lots of stuff. Pretty much everything except for hookah bars, and you can't play live shows. Although I heard like comedy and stuff will start happening, so I'm a little bummed that
Yeah.
I can't play.
Are-
a show yet.
Are restaurants allowed to have live music in Alberta? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I need to find out. I need to do my homework, but it's coming back. So maybe we'll just keep this extra skill on the side and get a little extra, little extra FaceTime with people. I do like that it's casual, you know?
Mm-hmm. Just hanging out in the bathtub.
Exactly.
Actually, when you were here, when we were on tour, we decided to cover a Dan Mangan tune. And there was definitely one day where you stood outside the bathroom door while I was taking a shower and we practiced singing the harmonies.
Yeah,
Do you
that was
remember
good. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, so funny.
I don't even know if we ever actually performed it.
We did a couple times.
Did we? Where?
Yeah.
In maybe we did in Sudbury. No, that was the first
Sudbury.
one.
We did in Kingston. I actually have a video somewhere of us singing a clip of it together.
Right. Okay, you should send that to me.
Okay. Yeah. It was very, very fun.
How uncomfortable and sore are you guys right now? Is that why you shorten the stream times and want to make them bite-sized? No, it's okay sitting in the bathtub. This is kind of an old bathtub and it seems like it drains while I'm sitting in it. So that's one thing. And also I just kind of want it to be like a little episode of TV. You could just sit down and check out and you'd stick around for lots of it. That was the idea.
Short and sweet.
It's changing as we keep going. Last week, I was waiting for Devin, or 2 weeks ago, rather, I was waiting for Devin Gingerpale to come up after uploading his video. And I was like, uh-oh, we got to stall a little more. And it ended up being half an hour of me just sitting here and then half an hour of Devin and I like sitting in the bathtub, just talking about nothing. But it was great.
All right, you gonna play one more? What's the plan?
If I do one more, then you have to do one more. It doesn't seem like people are too bored. So do you have one more for us too?
For sure.
Okay, I'll try one. I'm gonna try in a different key. Somebody just asked for Dark Horse, and I guess I haven't done that one. So let's do that. I've been calling out my friends in droves, looking for a shoulder. I'm tired of it all, but who knows when it could be over. I can't read. Gotta stop reading the comments. I've been calling out my friends in droves, looking for an answer. Okay, I'm tuning out this chat. It's so hard to have that sitting there the whole time. I've been calling out my friends in droves, looking for a shoulder. I'm tired of it all, but who knows when it could be over. I've been strumming in this empty room till I wore the chords down. I've been doing everything I can, but it just won't work out. They won't see me coming around. They won't see me coming around. They won't see me coming around. I wanna be the dark horse, so wanna be the dark horse, so gonna be the dark horse, so wanna be the dark horse. Don't we know it? Don't distract him. I've been twiddling my thumbs too long. What's to show for it? a songbird shot down in a bolt of lightning. Like the sun got behind the clouds, dark in the morning. They won't see me coming around. They won't see me coming around. They won't see me coming around. I wanna be the dark horse. Oh, wanna be the dark horse. Ooh, I'm gonna be the dark horse. Oh, wanna be the dark horse. If you wanna feel a shake in the ground, help me get the vote out. Help me get the vote out. I wanna be the dark horse. I wanna be the dark horse. Woo! Thank you. Katie, you wanna send us home here? You wanna give us one last tune, and we'll.
Sure. I'll give you a little ditty.
Cool.
Thanks again for having me come sit in my tub and talk to you while you sit in your tub.
I'm pumped.
I can honestly say I've never done this before.
This is still pretty fresh to me, and thanks for joining me. And I think this is going pretty well. We're making this.
Yeah. Work. I'm having fun. Also, the bathroom's the best place in the house to sing.
I agree.
I'd sing in my bathroom any day.
What's this one called?
This is another new one. This is called Moonshine.
Nice.
Before love I found me, the moonshine surround me. Straight to the pearls of her hidden. Spent each day bathed in darkness, my own secret fortress. I was so happy, only I would know. Our time was borrowed. I knew Sunday sorrow. Color of reaction blue. Now awake with the morning, greet the sun that surrounds me, while I'm wrapped in my dreams of the shining moon. Our time was borrowed, a new Sunday sorrow. What color of rexy gold? Now awake with the morning, I greet the sun that surrounds me, while I'm wrapped in my dreams of that shining moon. Shining moon, shining moon, shining moon.
That was a little one. Oh, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to have like a Billie Holiday song.
Yeah. Nice little jazzy, like Billie Holiday. Who's Billie Holiday? I'll look up Billie Holiday.
Oh, Ian, look up Billie Holiday. Oh man, no, just look her up. Actually, she has an incredible version of the song Strange Fruit. I believe she was the first person to record it.
Cool. You're getting 1,000 claps again. I should make sure to let you know. Very calming.
Thank you, YouTube friends.
You are so talented. Relax vibes, and somebody in Romania is watching you at 2 a.m. So
What? That's also a first. So cool.
YouTube's crazy. Okay, well, we might leave it there for today. I just want to say thanks again to Katey for joining me here, and yeah, make sure you check out Katey on all her social media on Spotify. Katey, that's Katey. Gatta, Gatta. That's on Spotify. I'll make sure to put a link to that. On socials, you can follow her, Katey Gatta. That's all one word. And I'll make sure to share it on there. The second thing is Black Lives Matter. Talk to your community leaders about defunding the police. I bet you lots of the time they're sending way too much money there and not enough to the social services, education, healthcare, etc. Katey, did you want to say anything else before we leave this?
If the term defund the police scares you, just think about it as reinvesting the money in different areas of your community. Please don't let it scare you. Go read more about it. I'm going to match Ian's donation this week.
Yes.
For Black Lives Matter, I'm just going to choose something that operates in Ontario, so it's a little closer to home for me.
So we're each going to be donating $100. I know it's not a lot, but we're doing the best we can here. $100 to a local chapter of Black Lives Matters, or a BIPOC, which is a Black Indigenous Person of Color. You're going to see that term lots, BIPOC, to a BIPOC-led organization. We're going to aim for locally, but if we feel like mutual aid funds or something in the US could use our money, we will send it there too. So
there's lots of incredible organizations that could use your support.
Yes, we encourage you to do the same. And if you're buying any merch from St.Arnaud.com, all the proceeds the next 2 months are going to one of these organizations as well. So let's leave it there. Thank you, Katey. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And we will see you next week at the same time.
Cool. Bye, guys.
See ya.